Well, the goal with any movie that we watch or TV show that we watch or music that we listen to is there's something about it that's, emotionally important to us, that moves us in some way. And so the more artifice you can remove from the process of playback, the more real it's going to seem, the more you're going to connect with that material. We're very proud at Definitive to be able to carry the best home theater products in the world. King among those is Sony's new home theater projector, codenamed the Raptor. The exciting thing about the new Sony is that it really is the best of the best. So for someone looking for the absolute best quality, the absolute best projector on the market, there's a new sheriff in town. The real headlining feature of this Sony is its light output. It has 10,000 lumens of light output. A typical home theater projector is more in the 1,500 to 2,000 lumen neighborhood, so to have 5 times the light output of a typical home theater projector, it enables us to do a couple of really cool things that you can't do with a lower powered projector. You can either do a truly enormous screen, one that you couldn't really feasibly do before. The projectors just didn't have enough light output to fill that big a screen, so you can have just a huge image, wall-to-wall image, and still very bright and vibrant. Or you can have whatever size image is appropriate for your room and have a flat panel-like experience of it, but with the benefit of a little easier on the eyes reflected light versus the direct light of a flat panel. So it really opens up some really, really cool possibilities. One of the huge benefits, perhaps the biggest benefit of having a projector like the Raptor with the kind of light output that it has, is no longer does this have to live in a dark room in the basement or in the attic or in the room above the garage, where you've got to kind of close out the world to get that big screen experience. The color and vibrance and saturation and contrast that this comes by, it does so naturally because it's got so much light output that it really can mimic what we see in real life. This can live in a family room where, the kids can be playing and something can be happening in the kitchen and you can live your day-to-day life. You just happen to have a huge wall-to-wall image that has amazing brightness and clarity that no longer does the theater have to be stuck in a bat cave, a super dark kind of room. For anyone wondering if this could work in your room, spoiler alert, the short answer is yes. The installation flexibility is incredible. It will fit in virtually any theater we've ever done. A, it's not particularly large, and B, for as powerful as it is, it doesn't make a whole lot of noise. Sony's Arc-F lens is of such high quality, and you can choose one or the other based on your specific needs. So for a customer who wanted a wall-to-wall screen but didn't have a whole lot of room behind them to put the projector way back to be able to fill that wide image, the short throw lens will enable them to have it be physically much closer to a much bigger image. But still, it's kind of cool to hide all of the artifice of the process anytime that's possible. There's a benefit to that. So the standard throw lens allows you to really move this thing back and out of sight. This really does give you the flexibility to put it anywhere without fear that it's going to be so loud because it's so powerful. It's powerful, and yet it has the benefit of very low fan noise. The implementation of HDR in the Sony Raptor is very much new. This is the first time that HDR will truly be able to be displayed, as we've been able to see it on much smaller flat panel TVs for a while. Simply put, HDR gives you a more vibrant image. It gives you more information within the spectrum of bright to dark. And that's always been a challenge for projectors because they just didn't have the light output to really show that expanded range. But the other headlining feature of this projector is the chipset in it, the X1 Ultimate, which looks at the HDR metadata on a frame-by-frame basis, and it gets displayed as it was meant to be seen with all the vibrancy and pop and saturation and contrast that the creator of those films and that content intended. I would say for anyone who has Sony's previous flagship, who might be considering moving to their current flagship, even if you've got a big screen and you don't really need the screen to get bigger, but occasionally you felt yourself having to wait a little later in the day or close the room off a little bit just to get that last little bit of pop and contrast, all of those concerns are in the past with this. If you'd like to be one of the first in the country to experience the Sony Raptor, please contact Definitive Audio and we'd love to invite you in to take a look.